Hey everybody, this is Jefferson Calico, your REL 130 Comparative Religion instructor, and today we're in, this is the middle of week 3, and I just want to update you on a few things that are going on with our class. Some of you have been going through the lesson on sacred space. And in that lesson, what we're trying to do is look at what sacred space is and how it functions, and some of the features and factors that help shape spaces that create religious or emotional and spiritual responses in us to those spaces as we interact with those spaces. And so that lesson tries to break it down and tries to be analytical about what are some of the features that go into creating different types of sacred space. So we have sacred spaces that are, as you saw, we looked at the Vietnam Memorial at the very beginning and Statue of Liberty in the Grand Canyon. So there's different types of sacred spaces, and they create different types of emotional, mental, and spiritual responses in us. And that's in part, at least, because there are different features and factors that go into creating those sacred spaces. They function in different ways. They communicate different types of meaning. So I want you to pay attention to those things, because this lesson is to prepare you for your first assignment, which is your assignment on sacred space. So what you're going to do after viewing the lesson, thinking through it, is you're going to identify some sort of sacred space in your own life. Now, it doesn't have to be a religious space. It just needs to be, as we define it in the lesson, a sacred space is a significant, a special place that connects us with some reality greater than ourselves. Whether that's a person or an event or God or nature or whatever, a memory, whatever it might be. So you're going to identify for the assignment, which is due in week 5, you're going to identify a sacred space in your life, a significant place. And then you're going to analyze it using those features and factors we covered in the lesson, and maybe some others, right? I don't think I cover, for instance, like the feature of sound. Feature of sound in sacred, how that works to create sacred space. Although it's a very significant factor in some sacred spaces. So there may be some other features or factors that I didn't cover in the lesson which you might identify as important in your sacred space. That's great. So you're going to identify a sacred space. You're going to use those analytical tools in terms of the features and factors and how they shape sacred space to make it function. You're going to analyze it with those features and factors. Then you're going to write up a short essay about your sacred space, analyzing it in those terms, which I asked for 500 words, which is pretty short, 500 word minimum. You can write more, you're free to write more. So that's what we're looking forward to in week 5. I'm really looking forward to your analysis of your sacred space, description and analysis of your sacred space. So pay attention to that lesson module, and if you have questions about any of those things, please let me know. Email me or call me and let me know. We'll talk about that, just so that you can get ready to write your essay for week 5. So thanks a lot.